Jacob Wilkins with Kevin Parada. He's ready. You got the bat, you got the gloves. Hey, how do you pick? I mean, those are stylish gloves.
I don't know. I just like colors.
Looks good, feels good.
Yeah, they're comfortable. That's really how I pick them. Is like just how comfortable they are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tell me, you come off the IL and you hit that home run last night. How did that feel?
I felt great. I mean, obviously getting out to an early lead against this team was important for us, and it was a battle of a game, but we ended up pulling it out. So, but yeah, it feels good to get that first hit off the IL and come back and go, and just happen to be a homer.
No one wants to go on the IL, unfortunately for you. I think it was as short as it could have been.
Yeah.
Some guys, everyone handles it differently. Were you watching these games as if you were catching them? How did you handle seeing the game from the dugout?
You have to watch the game all the time because you never know where you can pick up on something, especially in my case last week it was like watching the Yankees for a couple of days before actually getting to be back there and catch it. I think it helped me tremendously for when I wanted to game plan and how I wanted to attack those hitters at the short time I got to catch against them.
Anything you observed that you wouldn't get to see behind the plate, but you got to see from the bird's eye view here?
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything specific, but it's like anything when you're not right in the thick of something and you get to kind of like sit back and watch, you just start picking up on more stuff, or it's like, oh, maybe I didn't see something that way. But yeah, that's all that happens is when you get a couple steps back, you get to just see the game as a whole, see a little bit different, see how maybe pay a little more attention to how like certain guys are being attacked or how certain guys are hitting or having success against something. But yeah, that's about that's what I see it as more than it's like when you're just caught up. It's like playing checkers when it's like you versus the other person. You may not see a move, but the person that's not playing sees the next move. So that's kind of how I look at it.
And you get to see both sides. Maybe there's something that Summers has got, Ramirez did, that
you
think I can incorporate that.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
How about in the fourth inning of the game last night defensively? That ended up being a huge play, the relay home 9-4-2. As that play's developing, we see the end result with you making the catch and the tag, but how are you preparing?
I mean, we just got to keep your eyes open, be ready for everything. We obviously work on relays enough to kind of know where guys are going to be in space, and just worked out for us. Everyone played catch. It was a great throw, and we were able to get the guy out by a mile, and it ended up being that one run ended up being the difference in the game.
And you're coming in or back into a lineup where you're protected. I mean, JT gets that hit ahead of you. You've got Clifford really raking. What is it like to see this lineup come together the way they did last night and early?
It's been awesome to watch. I mean, obviously I've been watching for the last week or so and watching guys how they've been attacked. Clifford's had a great week last week. JT's been hitting the ball really well. So it's been really awesome. And then when you get put in that lineup where you know, like, hey, they got to attack you just as much, because the guy in front of you and the guy behind you is going to do damage, and it's like you're in a very powerful spot.
From a catching standpoint, a few guys have really made a dent since they came up. Talk about what it's like to catch Sprode and McLean.
I mean, they got electric stuff. It's impressive to watch. It's impressive to catch. It's fun to catch, especially because it's like they're competitors out there. They've got good stuff, and they don't really care who's in the box. They're going to attack them and use their stuff, and it feels like mano and mano the whole time.
As a player, it's like we see from the outside, we're like, wow, it's already the first half of the season. Does it feel like it goes fast for you, or are you even thinking in those terms?
Honestly, I didn't even realize the first half was over until the end of this week, so it's kind of funny. It's been flying.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't really look at the season as a whole, because you start doing that, it's going to take super long, and you're going to be like, man, it's only, I mean, right now it's June, but you'd be like, gosh, it's so far away from September. But in the end, you just got to go day by day and enjoy the time, because these are days you don't get back, so you got to enjoy them while they are.
Yeah, it's better when you say, oh, that went by fast, rather than thinking another day at the park.
Absolutely.
On a hot day like this, I mean, I always tell you, I don't know how you do it with being behind the plate, but with the amount of equipment, is it just staying hydrated? How do you maintain your endurance behind the plate?
It's staying hydrated. It's also mental. I mean, like, it's not. We play 7:00 games, 6:30 games, so for the most part, it's really not that bad. Like Sunday's gonna be a hotter one because it's a 2 o'clock game. But yeah, it's just you gotta stay hydrated. But it's also a mental thing. Like you play games all year, all through spring training, in all different types of weather. So it's more just mental than anything, in my opinion.
You're trained for it.
Yeah, I mean, you play in Florida where it's humid and can get up to 95 during spring training, and then we go to Binghamton where our first game of the year was 35.
Yeah.
So it's not like the temperature is just another factor, but yeah, part of it is just your preparation of like, am I hydrated enough? Am I warm enough? Am I ready to go? And then you just got to go play the game and let stuff happen,
Good stuff. Appreciate the time, KP.
Thank you.